So we are live now. Okay. Hi everyone. I guess Pierre can play some music while we wait.
Play some music here. Some licensed legal music you can play without getting taken down. Maybe we should put songs up on Spotify and have people vote.
Yeah,
for what our theme song should be, because we need to come up with a great theme song, for or maybe somebody could write a theme song for us.
Hey, yeah, the kids are working on some songs, so that would be a nice exercise for them.
Yes, I think it would be so great.
That would be fun.
Okay. So hi everyone. Letitia Notte here. We are here to talk. See you guys. We have Pierre, we have Yaya. Yaya is based in Ghana, and Pierre is based in Michigan, and I'm based here in Carroll County, Westminster. So this is Expanding Boundaries International, as you know, and the team that is getting ready to go to Ghana, we wanted to connect with you guys, because sometimes it's like you see us, you see we are posting things on social media, and it's like you are outside looking inside, you wonder what is even, why of all the places in Africa or around the world, why is EBI going to Ghana even in the midst of a COVID-19 stuff. So we wanted to come. I know we've had some past town hall meetings, but we wanted to also come today, as we have some few days where we will be touching down in Ghana to connect with our community members and see how we can share the mission together as a team. So before anything, I'm just going to let Yaya introduce himself, and then when he's done, we will let Pierre introduce also himself, and then anybody that joins, they will get to introduce themselves. Okay, Yaya.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Yaya Seidu from Ghana, Edra, and then I'm the Deputy Executive Director for Rural Small Foundation. So I've been assisting the kids to connect to the EBI program here in Ghana. Yeah, so that's my role. Thank you.
Thank you. So Pierre.
Hello, my name is Pierre Holsebus, and I'm really excited about the next couple of weeks getting ready for this. But I'm one of the advisors and the board members of Expanding Boundaries International, and help with some of the curriculum that we're delivering and programs around career development and resources that we can bring to help teach the kids cool stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much. So anyway, well, for starters, I would say a little bit background on the Ghana students and why we chose these students and why we are working with. I think it goes back in 2018, right here. I think so. Yeah, 2018, when we had a phenomenal teacher, Richard, who is based in Ghana in Seche Dumase MA primary school. He was teaching Microsoft on his blackboard, and as he was teaching that, it was like he was using chalk to draw what he was teaching the students. So it became like, how can anybody learn computers or be able to pass even computer literacy, with that kind of way that the kids were learning. So people gathered around to say, no, something has to be done. And I will let Pierre fill in more as I'm talking about this story, because there is a lot. He knows more of the back end story, how everything came into being. So Pierre, you want to add a little bit?
Yeah. I'm going to share. I think I can share let me just share my screen here really quick.
Okay.
While we're talking here. because one of our teachers that is part of our program, one of our folks, can you guys see my screen here?
Let me see.
Not yet.
Not yet. What is going on? Let me stop screen share. Trying. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second here. Just share this one right here.
Okay.
I just wanted to share this picture with everybody because this picture is such an inspiration to so many folks, and it encapsulates the passion that so many of our educators have for students. Richard here is one of the instructors in a rural Ghana school district, and this is he's actually teaching several years ago, one of the schools. One of the things that's very interesting, and it's a little controversial, but right, wrong, or otherwise, as they say, our students in Ghana are required to pass a computer competency class in middle school. And in order to pass that test, they require knowledge, obviously, of certain skill sets, what most of us would consider pretty basic skills like email, but Excel and learning to use a word processor, those basic computer skills are required. Basically. And yet you have students that work in places where there isn't electricity in their classroom or computers in their classroom. So here's a picture of Richard. God bless this man for what is this. If anybody's a teacher, you understand immediately what is going on. Literally, Richard decided to go on the blackboard and draw Excel on the blackboard for his students to learn how to control Excel without actually using Excel. And this was all to help his middle school students pass their computer competency tests so they could go on to high school. And so this is such one of those kind of problems where it's like, how can we help? How can people help with this? Like this is happening in this school. There's other schools around the country that have that, but also other schools globally. And in many ways, this is so representative of the challenge that educators have all over the world. Whether they're in like expanding boundaries. We're working in the city of Baltimore, one of the biggest inner city school districts in the country, but has actually very similar challenges, especially in COVID, where kids don't have computers at home. They don't have easy access to the internet due to so many economics and social circumstances. And so this became one of those things that inspired so many folks as a result of these pictures getting posted up on Facebook a couple years ago. Many companies kind of stepped up to the plate. Microsoft and Dell, different companies came up with some things to help these students and Richard in their school district with just getting computers in there and getting internet access for them. And today in this same classroom, we meet with these students once a week. This team does, and provides them a basic intro to computers class that helps them with basic things like online safety and how to ask critical thinking questions and use technology. And we utilize classroom software. The students are we're using Google Classroom to help us facilitate all this and collect their homework. I mean, just like Middle America does, a very similar kind of program, but we're trying to make it very culturally relevant to the students and understand how we can take this type of technology at a very basic level and allow these students to not have to rely on Richard's drawing capabilities and how good of an artist he is to do this. So Richard's just one of the many folks, Yaya, and we have many folks in Ghana that identify this also as a challenge and are really excited to partner with us at EBI to help improve this situation for these students, because at the end of the day, it really is in many ways this is like the new water well, if you will, in so many of the rural communities throughout countries like Ghana and South and Middle Africa and all over the world. Just putting a water well in town changes the whole economic structure within an organization, or helping young girls get access to education because they don't have to cart water back and forth. And so this is very similar to that, in that just giving some very simple computer skills with very basic computer infrastructure. It's hard to build infrastructure out there. And so this is a pilot program in many ways for our team of trying to come up with a really good working model that then once we get out there and we coordinate with our volunteers and help develop programs, then we're going to be able to, expand that to other schools and other, not just Ghana, and other parts of the world. We already have, Letitia has gotten calls from all over the place of trying to replicate our program. And so we're really interested in just delivering a fantastic experience for these students, and help the educators in equipping them with the appropriate and relevant tools. And we're trying a bunch of different things, and are going to figure out, which ones work and which ones don't, and try to make it work for them. And we have big visions of where we want to go with that. Almost look at it like, how can we once we see success in here and learn from this pioneering effort, then what can we do to replicate that experience? Because there's many different things that are involved in it. It's not just the computers, like that's a part of it, and the technology is part of it, but it's also changes in mindset and culture that we have to work with to be able to make our program to be successful, and it has to work inside of the culture. And so that's another part of this that's super fascinating and very interesting, of how do we meet the expectations really of those kids, so we can help equip them for that next part in their career. The one thing I was going to mention too, while we're talking about Ghana, why it's just very timely and super interesting, and I don't think any sort of mistake, quite frankly. I think this is just one of those rare points in a lot of our lives where opportunity, and need come together, because not only is there a tremendous need for these young people to get on a good path for being computer literate and being equipped for that kind of next generation of skills, but there's also tremendous economic opportunity inside of Ghana that's happening. A lot of people, it kind of went under the radar here in the United States, but it was a huge thing in Ghana, because last year, a little teeny company out of California called Twitter decided to put their African headquarters and commit to making Ghana the place where they were going to set up shop, the first place in Africa. And there's a lot of high-tech companies that are looking at the economic potential within Africa and are looking to this. And so there is a wave of opportunities that are just, starting. The first big stones have been thrown in the pond, and the ripples that will go from that. And we want these students to be able to take advantage of that. And we know especially in some of these rural communities where, opportunities like this can be afforded young people as they graduate out of high school into a newly enriched job opportunity market. That changes the lives of their families. That is a generational wealth building opportunity that of just these things coming together. So within the next few years, we're going to see, the need to have customer care operators, call center people have to build the infrastructure for all the companies that are going to be moving in. It's like when McDonald's shows up in a community, then Wendy's builds their office, they build a restaurant down the thing. Here comes a Burger King, and here comes it's the same thing. Once where Twitter goes, a whole bunch of other companies will follow that opportunity space. And it's like a vote of confidence in the country. And so there's a bunch of really interesting things that are coming together all at the same time. So that wasn't something that we had planned a couple of years ago when we were starting to talk about this, but it's really exciting to see this all come together. And Ghana is, one of the things I love about Ghana and the people of Ghana, and a lot of people don't in America don't know this about Ghana, but Ghana has one of the most mineral-rich countries in the world. It has the largest gold reserves in the world.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that Letitia and I have talked about, that gold sits under the ground. It's no good until you dig it out. It takes a lot of sweat and blood, sweat and tears, as they say, to go for the gold and to pull that out. And so this is what this is like. This work is not easy because we're doing it against time zones and with limited resources and budgets, and people are volunteering their heart out and pouring their heart and soul. We don't have any full-time staff. We don't have that. We just don't have this kind of stuff. And so this is just run by love right now, and a lot of people just deeply caring for the results. And so that's the area of need that we have in terms of want to put on these types of programs. We've had a lot of really awesome help especially as we prepared for this trip. A lot of companies have stepped up and helped us with, we're bringing boatloads of STEM teaching aids to little, like if you're, here in the United States, a lot of schools have things like Lego leagues and Odyssey of the Mind and Science Olympiad. So you have these things that, are classroom tools of kids building robots and, learning computer programming using these types of things. And so we've gotten a whole bunch of donations for that, and we're very happy about that, to bring those resources in there. But we also have need just for, I'll be frank, just some cash, actually, just to pay bills. Like, we were just planning for career day out there, and so someone's got to pay for lunch. It's just that kind of stuff, very practical, needs that we have for a trip like this, to be able to help the team. And part of our real passion is not just the students, but that economic impact that we can have in the volunteer community also, to help them understand how they can leverage existing resources and be part of not only teaching, but one of the best ways to learn tech is to teach it. And so when you're a teacher, it's also a great thing to come back and be able to access a lot of changes now that are available in terms of the way education for technology is delivered to adults. So a lot of those certifications that big companies, I work for one of the big tech companies, Microsoft. We're not the only ones, though, in town that have done this. Many companies like us have started to release all of their educational resources and learning resources that used to be behind large paywalls. It used to cost thousands of dollars to go through certification. And now most of that stuff is actually free. And so a lot of our educators and students and teachers are able to take advantage of that. So being in part of these programs is helping the educators and the volunteers to access and improve their economic opportunity, to add new things to their resume as those job opportunities come too. So that's my takeaway from this picture from Richard. It's just one of those things that totally encapsulates this challenge that we have. But as we all know, a challenge is also in some languages means opportunity, and so that's what this really is. We don't look at this as a challenge that is impossible. We know this is a solvable problem, and it's we have a union of passionate educators and people that care deeply about the students and the young people. And so that's what's exciting. And we have folks like Letitia and Benjamin and a lot of expatriates too, that are looking for opportunities to go and share their journey as an expatriate of some of these places of, what was their journey from that, from being one of the students in a classroom like this to where they are today. And that's the heart of an immigrant that loves to share this is the path. I pioneered this, and to bring that passion and that joy back to their, to see themselves in these young kids. And I know many of them do. And I'm always excited about working with immigrants too in the United States to feel that passion for coming out and trying something brand new and taking the risk and putting it all on the line, and they're very inspiring to me. So So thanks for the opportunity to play along and be part of this solution. Part of this teaching.
Yeah, thank you. Like, I hope you guys got the whole gist behind our STEAM program, how it started. It started off just one man seeing that something got to be done. So, how can I prepare my student to be able to take this requirement, this exam without a basic equipment and stuff for them. So what we did was here and some group of people, Microsoft and other corporations stepped up to help donate computers for them. And as they gather computers, we realized that they don't have internet. So Richard went ahead and tried his very best to get the internet for them. And out of that, during the pandemic, we realized that there is also a need because when schools were closed, these were not here in America. We were lucky that things were able to shift back virtually, but that is not. It was not the same around the world. So these some of these kids had to stay home with nothing, staying home and wait till school reopens back. But Richard stepped up and decided to still keep engaging the students. So EBI, since the onset of the pandemic, agreed to also help them out by sending monthly funding to them to be able to buy data for them to be able to stay online and learn even though schools were closed. So I would say we've been helping out in that capacity along creating the infrastructure and stuff. But as we keep talking and stuff, they're small. But I want us to bring in Ben, the program director, to also introduce himself and to also give a little bit about what has really been going on behind the scenes with the STEAM program.
Hey everyone, thank you. I'm really excited about today and the next couple of weeks that it's coming up. We're gonna have to meet the kids for the first time. I'm so excited. I got a lot of plans for them. My name is Benjamin Ose, and I'm a BI project manager, so I deal with a lot of data and analytics. I came on board EBI because I have a passion for knowledge transfer, and I feel like Pierre was saying, I have been in this position before, and I understand how important STEM is. How STEM has helped me being in the position where I can afford comfortable things. We've seen the increase of STEM jobs in the on the continent, and now we're not getting enough people to come into the STEM the STEM fields because one, they are not well prepared, and two, they don't have the love for that program. And so we want to induce in them the STEM love and show them how much it could be easier to compete because they have the capacity. We've seen it. We've seen that they want to learn. They want to be part of it. They are, when I was in college in Minnesota, a lot of the STEM participants, people in STEM programs were, were immigrants, and we have that the love to be in that to build and to learn things that can solve problems. We just at the moment right now, most of these kids don't have they don't have the capacity to do that because either they're not being encouraged to be in it or they don't have the resources. And so that's where EBI stepped in and said, we're going to give you the resource. You have the knowledge, you have the theory. We're going to give you the resource to complete that STEM cycle because it's easy to be on in class. And like Richard, every time I see that picture, God bless his soul, it's amazing how much he wanted these kids to understand it. And so that's what we wanted to know, that okay, they can teach you all these keyboard lingos and computer lingos, but how do you can they even see what a computer is, and how to use the computer, and let her know, be able to master the computer a language like coding and data analytics. Right now everything is digital. You see cryptocurrency being like one of the largest sectors blowing up right now, and they need to understand so that they can be able to take jobs that are being outsourced from the first worlds. And so our mission here is to prepare these students not only with STEM education, but also in the work field. We teach them critical thinking to start how to be able to solve problems in their own communities. Small problems, and they are responding so amazingly. I'm surprised. I'm like, man, there's too much knowledge in these places, and we are just wasting it. So this is the reason why we are embarking on this journey, and I'm excited about the whole team, the team that is coming to me. They are very passionate. People in Ghana welcoming the volunteers. Oh my God, they are amazing. They have welcomed this program like it was their baby from the start. So yeah, so that's a little bit about me and a little bit of the background of what we're doing. There's a lot to come. We're gonna actually share. This time we want to make sure that you are part of it. So we're gonna share a lot of these projects that we'll be doing with the kids in Ghana. So we have one week program that we're gonna be inducing them in. We're gonna make sure that we engage them and share all these STEM activities that we have. Let them see how easy and comfortable that these things can be translated on the practical side. And also have a good relationship with it, because we don't want to be one of these NGOs that we just go dump resources on them, but we want them to connect with us personal level. And so far we've been able to do that with all these volunteers, and I'm really excited. They are like my babies. I want to see them just make sure that for me, I just want them to go hard on the data and analytics, and I know when it comes to um science and technology. We have a team members that are like so they are very comfortable with when it comes to diseases, and team members that can when it comes to the technology side, team members that are health screening. So it's going to be an amazing 1 week in Kumasi. So that's a little bit that I can say right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are all excited. I'm just gonna let Yaya. He's on the ground, and for him to share some of the stuff that he and the student have been going on. For to even give a little bit, there've been times that we here in America, we like online, we are on behind our Zoom, we are ready to teach, and we log on and we get a text on WhatsApp. There's no power. So I'm just gonna allow him to share that. Even in the midst of all that, these kids still show up and they want to learn. So I want Yaya to talk a little bit about how it has been for him as he's been facilitating and mentoring these students on the ground.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it has been quite tough and then exciting as well. Like at the beginning, introducing the kids to some of these things was quite strange. Some of them have never been exposed to something like this. So coming up with it itself was like a new thing altogether. So it has to take some time before they begin to pick up the concept and then the processes. And then, like you said, challenges on the ground have been that sometimes shortages, and then sometimes connectivity. Like you see about when few people get to the internet, then it begins to break down. They are unable to get the right connections and all that. But aside all these challenges, the student has been very passionate. At times, even the power go off and then you switch to our mobile phone, they all gathered around it and then they still enjoy the session. And what I'm so happy about is that they begin to pick the concept that when they go back to their various schools, they now see themselves to be different from their peers who are not on the program. So some people will go and come back to share stories about how they're able to ask questions in class, and their teachers are able to applaud them for that. And then sometimes how they themselves are able to interact with their friends using simple devices their friends are not able to do. So most of them, even when they come, they be like, "Can I invite my friend?" They want them to also enjoy. So I think it's just an amazing opportunity which every kid in Ghana would like to be on. So we are all hoping that Standing Boundaries International is able to expand it to all other areas for more other people to enjoy. For you on the ground, we are so passionate, just ready to also help in our own small way. So yeah, that is it about it here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. He just gave just a little bit of what is going on the ground. Yeah, it's when so Yaya is from Rural Smile. So we have now EBI have three different groups, and it's like it's scary because we don't even have the bandwidth to even do it. Because even the webcams and microphone headphones and stuff, it's not enough because all that we have for them on the ground is 45, and with every all these kids wanting to come, it's like how do we even provide all these stuff for them, webcams and stuff, because they are using regular computers, not laptops, which we are hoping that we can get some laptops for them, but for now that is what they have. And not being able to have a webcam, it's not ideal because it's like you want to really connect, you want them to be able to also chat with the person that they are also engaging with. And when they join, we had to now ask the other group to loan them webcam and microphone. And then just 2 weeks ago, we added the Roman Catholic high school and middle school students also to join. And that's extra 20 people that has also joined. And those two, we had to provide webcam and also microphone headphones. So it's really like the work is needed, but how can we? And sometimes it feels so. I feel bad. It's like a lot of people want to tap into this, but how can we not? We don't want to burn ourselves, and we don't have the resources, and that's why we are over here connecting with you guys. That the work is really, really huge, and we need help. We need the community help. It takes a village. And like Pierre was saying, most mission trips are based on going out to build wells, building wells and all those stuff. Those things are great. They are awesome. But we are also, it's like what we are doing is like building well. Okay. They say that teach a man how to fish and then they will eat for a lifetime. But then when you fish for that person, that resources is limited. Okay. And EBI, we want to equip these students to have the necessary skill to engage with the rest of the world. And as we have been learning and researching about Africa continent in general, that 77% of the whole continent, the population, 77% of them makes up the youth, 35 and below, makes up 77% of the whole African continent population. And so, if you have this huge number of youth that are just there and they lack the skills that they need. I grew up in Ghana, and I will tell you that they give you the book, read the book, make sure you know what is in the book, and come and take the test. It wasn't a matter of come and practice something. Like, what are you going to practice? You don't have it to practice. But what EBI is doing is that we want to put things in their hands. Like we are taking another version of GoPro, taking camera, storytelling, all kinds of stuff to them. Different robotics and STEM projects and stuff that for them have your hands on these things to know how it is done. Get a screwdriver, open it up, and see how did they build this. That is the whole goal. Allowing them to be able to defend what they are being taught in school, not just um, coming. just reading and passing the test, but really understanding what it is so that they can also be part of the solution. We our goal is to raise the next trailblazers in Africa, whether they see a problem and they rise up to the occasion. So when we started with critical thinking, it was really amazing that the kids were like, our teacher gets mad when we ask questions. So we don't want to be asking questions. Like, what do you mean, EBI? That it's okay to ask questions? And we were like, yeah, you have to, you have to ask questions. So we stayed with them for like over almost a month on critical thinking, that whatever you see, when people are telling you stuff, ask yourself these questions. Why are they telling you? What do they have to gain out of that? And me being from Ghana, I've watched politics and
Sure.
politicians talk, and sometimes it's amazing that people just rally behind one person without any base of anything because, oh, the person is an Ashanti or the person is a Fanti or the person is, it's like tribal, and they don't even care about what they stand for. So we want to train these kids that, when somebody comes and stand at the podium and begins to talk, even your pastor, you have to think and ask these questions about what they are telling you and stuff. So we gave them an exercise about somebody coming and saying that, oh my God, there is a lot of Chinese people in Ghana. Oh my God, like, and the person screaming and cursing the government, this. And I was like, how are you going to be able to, I guess, break down this statement? Ask yourself that question. Why is the person telling me this? Then you ask yourself, when did this issue started? How many Chinese people are in Ghana? Because the whole situation that people are screaming about too many Asians or Chinese people in Africa and stuff. They are people in rural areas. They have never seen any Chinese person. So we wanted the kids to really understand that when you are reading even the news or listening to the news, begin to analyze what the person is saying and then ask questions. And then as you ask questions, don't sit there and say, oh, I've asked a question. No. When you ask questions, then you also go out there and be able to find answers to the question. And that's what our program is about. That when you see something that is not right, complaining is great, but don't complain and be done. After you finish complaining, ask yourself, what can I do to solve the problem?
Yeah.
And that's what our STEAM program is really about. And the goal for the STEAM program is that when we help the Ghanaian kid or the African kid to rise up a little bit, to get to a little bit of the same level with the American student, then we will pair them up so that it will be a peer-to-peer global education for them. Because right now, we all know when the pandemic happened, you don't have to be in the office. There's no more face to face. Everything is virtual, and the work still got to be done. So how are we preparing our American student to be ready to interact in the globalized world? So the STEAM program is not only for the Ghana kids, but the Ghanaian kids or the African kids need a whole lot of help to be able to be ready to engage with the American student or the Maryland student. So that's what we are all about with the STEAM program. And going to Ghana, it's not only about going to teach them. We want to also, like Pierre and Yaya and stuff, we want to also go and also train the volunteers on the ground, the teachers. They are the ones that spend most of the time with these students. How can we have that developmental training with them, to allow them to see I guess, a different perspective when it comes to how they engage with the student, allowing the kids to challenge themselves. So giving them those basic way of teaching critical thinking, teaching different like scientific thinking and stuff, and also training them on how to use the STEAM or the STEM kits that we are selling to them, so that throughout the year, as we are teaching them, the volunteers on the ground too will be able to help facilitate this program. Aside from that, we also plan to take them to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for a day trip, just for them to just experience. Yaya will tell you that most of these kids, and even here in Baltimore, Maryland, and even here in America, most of our people don't travel. And these kids in Africa, in Ghana, they walk like sometimes. How long do they walk? Yeah, yeah,
To school.
yeah.
Wow, very long. I think so. Actual measurement will be quite difficult, but I think some have the schools very closer to them, but those at the rural area also walk very long before they get to their schools.
Yeah, because like what he's saying, you can put a number, but from what Richard and Sadiq have said in the past, some of them walk an hour, 30 minutes, and so just to make it to school. They really want to learn. It's not like they don't want to learn, but they have it, and so we want to take them outside what they are known, what they are used to. Take them to the university to even see the university ground, connect with the instructors, the admission office, and all those stuff. Even visit some of the dorms, like here we do that in the state, allowing they give them that hope that this is not where you're gonna end. When as you are learning and studying, think outside that when I'm done, I might want to go to school here. And you guys already know EBI. We are all about exchange, international education and stuff. So giving them also that information about if they choose to even come to the state or go to Germany or anywhere else, there is all these resources that is out there for them. But Pierre have said it that we want to get them ready in the tech field, and that there is a great need in the tech industry. But how can they go and get that job if they are not trained? So that is
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the economic statistics that's to me one of the most fascinating parts of Ghana is about half of the people that work are self-employed. Like that number is astronomical when you consider the normal day in the United States. Where like half the people there in Africa, or not in Africa, here in this community are self-employed, and so what that means is a tremendous cultural shift that has to occur with parents, with folks, that mindset to be equipped to be part of a team and not just run your own show. And so that's, to your point, Letitia, the kind of some of the challenges around critical thinking and inspiring folks to think about themselves in a broader community as part of a team. And I can tell you that in the tech world that I come from, a big company like Microsoft, the need is tremendous for these companies to have a diverse and not just an inclusive workplace, but a diverse workplace. And there's an incredible economic need that large corporations have to have students like this and people from all over the world to be able to give perspective to products that are getting launched and developed. And so the opportunities are just right. They're just developing out there for these young kids. And so, yeah, inspiring them to think outside of the community that they live in, to say that they could be a tremendous asset to larger corporations and larger business opportunities that are outside of the community that they may never even have thought of. And so that inspiring that is also a part of the mission here too.
Yeah. So I don't know whether Ben, you have anything to say.
No, I do. I was just struggling to unmic myself. I know we've been all been there, right? No, like it's amazing that sometimes when I sit down and I'm like, okay, it's a simple solution. So how come no one is tackling it? And it takes a team like EBI, a team that really are devoted to making this mission come true. And we have there are a lot of people that have come on board and they have volunteered their time, energy, resources to make this happen because they believe in the mission. The mission is to serve the people that we are working with. And these kids have responded so amazingly because they want to learn. Like if you see the work that they have produced so far, if you see what the ideas that they come up with, they're not coming up with out of this world ideas, solution. They're just coming up with simple solutions in their communities to just serve the little things. They're not being too greedy. They just want sustainable energy. They just want a clean what do you call it, environment, so these are little things that sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll you'll be thinking that you'll come up with ideas like, I want to build a spaceship or something that is out of this world, but they want to just solve problems in their communities, and that's why we work with them, because but we understand that they know that there are problems, and they know they just looking for people like us to come in and stretch our arms and help them, just the little ways that we can do. And we have seen that Africa, even in Ghana, is the next big place when it comes to outsourcing jobs, and we've seen the demand of tech jobs. This is the next level. So we want to be in a position where there is going to be the measure is going to be you can actually measure the success that we have. We so our team here, we are not, we know that everything that we're doing is not going in vain, because we can see the little success, the sun at the end of the tunnel, or the light at the end of the tunnel. We can actually be able to serve these students, and there is this fulfillment that comes with it too, that you're able to give a little hand to these kids that are, they are anxious. They have the zeal to do it. They want. They really want to. They just wanted the whole hand to, and that's what EBI is all about right now. And like the teacher was saying, we are not only serving the kids in Ghana, but we also have a team here, our kids there, where we collaborating with them in terms of the culture aspect of it. They want to learn different cultures from different places, so we are collaborating these students so that they can have a peer-to-peer experience, where they can share ideas and share culture, and through different cultural background, how they can learn the culture in Ghana, and also how the kids in Ghana can learn the culture over here. Ask some questions, how even some social issues, like what's going on in the US. They're able to answer them, and have a really good conversation, and that actually open up a lot of ideas. They're able to know and open up a lot of ideas, so that they can actually be able to help. It's our little world that we're living in, but it's actually a beautiful world, and we are really excited about it. And so anything, we know that people are willing to help, and you will not you're gonna see an impact, an immediate impact done. And so that's what we are here to play and let you know that that's we are really working, and we have the plan in place. I'm excited about this Ghana trip. I really want to go see these kids. I want to put a face to all these things that they are doing, everything that they have been done so far. We've been seeing them on Zoom, and they are. Sometimes it's really hard for them to come on Saturday, but guess what? They come. They come and they stay, and it's sometimes we take things for granted over here, that we just turn on our computer and we come. Some people walk for miles just to see that computer and get this done, because they want to get it done. These are the students that we are working with. These are the people that we are working with. So thank you so much. Everything helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
was going to say that I was thinking about that too, the Saturday thing, and in some ways that's a little bit of a barrier. But I was thinking about my own child, and he was in a music class, and the only time that it met was actually before school started. It was called a 0 hour class, and you literally got no credit for it, also because it was a unique program. And yet the quality of the students that then showed up, they were super committed. Like, these were the kids that really, and so it was a jazz band, and they were awesome. They sounded so good. And, you know, so when you think about a program like that, where it's above and beyond, it takes that extra effort for the students to get there and to be involved. What you're getting is students and parents that are very committed to the program. So it's not just that, oh, I got to show up because it's, you know, I'm already in class. It's a going above and beyond. And so that's the part to me that inspires me to see, like you said, those children sitting there on the webcams and stuff like that. And as we go and deliver our program, you know, it's their level of commitment and their expectation and their belief in that if they commit to this. And so as an educator, you just feel like you want to step up to that. You want to step into that high expectation and not disappoint them and deliver the very best program. And so that's why we all share that passion with Richard, that standing in front, like, come hell or high water, I'm gonna do whatever I can to if it means writing on a blackboard how to run Excel, I'm gonna do that. You know, if that's all I got is chalk and a blackboard, we're gonna figure this out. And I love that ingenuity and that commitment. And so it's a tremendous partnership and obviously very rewarding. And so that's, you know, our ask to the broader community is like, you can be part of that, like delivering that, that's what this is all about for us in terms of making an opportunity for you to be partners with us in helping deliver these types of programs. And we commit to you guys as our patrons and helpers in terms of financing and funding some of this. Is, you know, we'll keep you apprised. We're going to introduce you to the kids. We'll help you understand the results and the impact that you're having in that community. And it's tremendous. It's a tremendously rewarding feeling to not just know that, hey, I'm helping with some dollars, but you know, we're actually putting we're making a big difference for those kids. So
Yeah.
So send in some cash.
Anyone that donates, we will host a Zoom meeting for you to connect with the kids, just to hear from them. I remember when Ben and I had started talking with them and stuff, and then we asked them, like, what are some of the issues that you see in your community? Why do you even want to join this team program? And one of them said that when it gets around 7, 8 p.m. or whatever, everywhere is dark. So they don't even get to like be themselves. They have to it's like go to bed. It's dark, because there's no street lights and stuff in their community and stuff. So they were like, and even if there's a street light, there's no bulb. It's crazy. Even if there's a street light, there's no bulb. There's nobody maintaining those stuff. So the kid was like, we would love to have some kind of street light so we can play outside or even learn outside or something that it's not like because it's dark. And it's like, he said, because they have public bathroom that they have to walk to access the bathrooms and stuff, and then it's like at night, how do you go use the restroom at night when there is no light or power and stuff? So all those things, the kids expressed that these are some of the things that they would love to see a change or be part of that solution. And it's our goal that as we go in person, we've been engaging with them online, but they have a major need that we have to go and see it for ourselves and see how we can come back prepared and send whatever that they need, and also to connect with the community itself to actually understand what can EBI really do, because we want to build that partnership. Like everybody have been saying, we are not here to give them that here, take it, or this is what is EBI's way or the highway or something. No, we want to form partnership to work because it's the community. If we can even make an impact in one family, it goes a long way. So we want to connect with the community itself and learn and be in partnership and see how we can all work together hand in hand. The headmaster, the principal, the teachers, all those people that are always the first responders with the kids every day. How can they partner with us to really help these students? And hopefully, if a school have a lab, a computer lab that they want to join us, the system is already there. All classes are there. We use Google Classroom, but we don't have the bandwidth to provide webcams and also to provide data. So because now we have three different groups that we have to be providing data to service or data money funding for data and all those things, aside from even the other things that comes in play. So we are really in need of funding to really I guess be able to make a huge impact. Not just we're not looking for huge number, but even the little that we have, how can we serve them, and how can we really help them to understand that this is what we have for them? Because Ben and all of us, we have a plan that as we engage them to understand all this basic STEAM or STEM program education, some of them might have some side that they love, that is like, I want to be into the electrical engineering, or I want to be into marketing or graphic design or something, photography, something. And then we can now code in all this thing, network engineering, all those stuff. Then we can now tailor programs and educational resources for them. And then that would be like the pathway to career. That is the long-term goal. That we want to start them early, to start that conversation, change that mindset that we've met a lot of Africans that come to America for school. And when they are coming, in their mind, they're coming to do medical school. They're coming for medical school or coming for engineering or nursing or something, because the understanding of STEM careers is very limited in Africa. And that's one of the things that we are focusing on more with them, that allowing them to see the different STEM or STEAM jobs or careers out there. And Pierre is planning to teach them that more, like engaging them to allow them to see that when it comes to STEM or STEAM, the jobs or the career path are endless. Being a doctor is great. Being a nurse is awesome. Being a lawyer is awesome. But there is a lot of careers that you can look into and be successful at it, and you can do it with satisfaction. And that's what we want them to know. We've had people come to America. They say they're coming from medical school, and they come and they learn about computer science. And they were like, wait a minute, this is easier than going to medical school. And there's more money in it than being a medical doctor. So you know what? I switched my major, or I switched my career path. It is not their fault. They only knew about these careers, and that's why they chose that. But then they come to the US and they realize that there is more out there that I can do, and now they are fulfilled. So we want to give these kids that option. Like, being a doctor is great, being a teacher is awesome, but all these careers are out there. And right now, compliance is huge. The people are looking for people to be the legal expert in this whole tech industry, cryptocurrency, and all those stuff. How can we get them ready for all these fields? So that's what the STEAM program is all about, or the STEAM exchange program. So if you have anything, if you want to join a team, it's open. It's the beginning stage. It's open. If you want to mentor any student, it's open. If you want to how do I say, to join our board, it's open. And there's a lot that we are in need of. It's not only money is great, but we need also genius mind, genius mind to also help us. So that's about that. It's 7:18, and it's been an hour now. It's almost an hour, 2 minutes away from an hour. So I'm gonna yield to any one of my team members if they have any last minute appeal statement why people should give.
Yeah, no, I was actually going to talk about the volunteer and the mentor part of it. Then you actually did rush it out. So yeah, definitely, we're not here for just of funding, but also people to come and help and volunteer and mentor these kids. That it's we do. We had a session where a couple of people that a couple of volunteers that we had on board that have traveled abroad. Came to talk about how much they want to transfer knowledge, because they saw the need, that they saw how much impact it made them, and they're just sitting on this knowledge, and they just, they want to also dispense this knowledge to people that are ready to listen, and they need that knowledge to shape their career and shape their their community. And so we also need people like that to come in and just tell stories of how STEM change their life when they came to the US, or when even when they're in Ghana, how they're able to get good jobs and good community. They're able to fulfill something that they've always wanted to fulfill. So that's also something that I just wanted to throw out there. But yeah, we'll take all the resources that we can get right now. We are humble. We know where we started from. So yeah, we are very, we thank everybody for even your prayers. We thank you for praying for us. So thank you so much. But
Yeah. If you have anything you want to donate, back to school supplies are huge. And how do I say this? We also partner with Osei Foundation. They're gonna be doing health screening because health is wealth, and therefore we want to also educate them on their well-being. So we're gonna be doing that also in Ghana. So even if you have any medical stuff that you also want to donate, that is also great. Reach out to us at info@expandingboundaries.org. Info@expandingboundaries.org. Reach out to us, and we will connect. If there's anything, any idea, we are always ready to learn. If you want to help us with even the curriculum setup and stuff, we are always ready. The kids are in need of computers, use computers. So if you're a corporation that you are getting ready to recycle your computers and stuff, then you please reach out to us and we will gladly come and pick them up because they need them like yesterday. And so, and now with the pandemic, America is a little bit tight on getting used computers. It's not like before because now everybody's in school or working remotely. So it's been a hard thing to get used computers. So if you have anything that you want to donate, same product, we have Amazon wish list. Check on our website and all those stuff just to support anything that you can do to help us push this, because we want to have our American students to also compete with the African kid, but we don't want to set the African kid up because the American kids will eat them up. So we want to get them ready so they can have that competition. And as time goes by and as we grow, a day will come that we will find EBI STEAM Exchange being held in Ghana, where you have the American kids in Ghana doing the STEM camp with them, or the Ghanaian kids in America having the STEM camp. And as the team grows and the mission grows, we will have different STEAM camp around the world. As we are traveling and learn about our beautiful world, we also learn about technology and job skills. That's the main goal. So thank you guys for joining. And I'm so thankful to our team for also joining us. And thank you for all the support and all the prayers that you've been praying. And heal Miss Hart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Thank you, Miss Hasselbus Blanca. Thank you for always loading us your husband. Thank you so much for everything. We truly, truly appreciate you guys because having you guys with us makes us know that we are not crazy, because yeah, it helps us to know that we are not crazy. So thank you all for just helping us be a push, pushing us to keep going even when it gets hard. So we wish you guys all the best this season, this summer, and also this week, and you hear back from us as we go to Ghana. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.